Welcome back, grapple fans.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. About to make his way to the ring, the near 7-foot mass destroyer, Knightmare.
Knightmare about to make his way back to the ring. We saw him earlier in the Governor Brute Squad match, where Brute Squad announced that he and the 7-foot Knightmare are going to be a tag team, and I dare say could become the most devastating force, certainly in MCW and quite possibly in British wrestling. And here he is, the Mass Destroyer, Knightmare. I'm getting quite a mixed reaction from the crowd. He's not normally a fan favourite, but he certainly won some fans over by choosing sides against Governor. Knightmare, a master of momentum. Size, strength, speed, agility.
He is the unbreakable Adam Antine.
His opponent, Adam Antine, about to make his way to the ring. Known to many as the Unbreakable One. He earned his title from doing a lot of time in the underground hardcore wrestling circuits. Here he is, Adam Antine. Breeze blocks, barbed wire, tables, ladders, chairs, and just about anything you can find in a B&Q home store, this man's been hit with and ends up walking away from. But this isn't a hardcore match, this is a straightforward one-on-one. And Knightmare isn't hardware, he's worse. Adam Antine, that's also familiar with hardcore wrestling. He's also an exceptionally gifted ring tactician. He's a very crafty wrestler, a thinking man's wrestler. How well will this fare against the near 7-foot Knightmare? The bell sounds, we're underway. Both men circling. The Antine's going to have to use his wits. He can't match size and strength against Knightmare, although he's certainly no small man himself. Knightmare shoves away Adam Antine.
Come on, Antine, don't take that.
Antine! Change of plan, runs straight at Knightmare. Series of forearms. Knightmare easily forces away the onslaught of Adam Antine, but Adam Antine straight back up. Straight back at Knightmare, not many can do this. Oh, he's hesitating. Allowed Knightmare to get the breather. Knightmare with a snake eyes like move to the top turnbuckle. Head of steam. He's crushed the head of Adam Antine between the knee and the middle turnbuckle. That could be it right there. Knightmare going off the ropes. Just abusing Adam Antine with those size near 20 shoes. Boots rather. Leg drop there. Knightmare going at his favourite pace, keeping it slow and simple. He's going for the camel clutch. Although he's well unaware that Adam Antine's managed to get the knees up, this move isn't getting as much. Forearm across the chest, trying to crush the wind out of Adam Antine. Knightmare sets up Adam Antine. Has him in the corner, that's a blatant choke. Referee Brandy initiating the 5 count, but very reluctant to warn Knightmare, and who can blame her? Knightmare does what he wants, when he wants. Few dare to question him. Knightmare giving Adam Antine a brutal tour of one of the corners of the ring. Has him draped over the ropes.
Come on, Antine.
Sets up Adam Antine, head of steam. A guillotine leg drop on the second rope. Technically, it is a legal manoeuvre. Forces him over like a dead piece of meat. Goes for the splash. And was coming down for the 3. Adam Antine kicking out. And as I said earlier, Adam Antine is no stranger to large amounts of punishment. Knightmare is going for a submission manoeuvre. Almost like a modified version of the Rings of Saturn, used by legendary wrestler Perry Saturn. Lots of Knightmare. Big, strong, agile. Adam Antine reverses. Almost pinned Knightmare. Knightmare had no choice but to let him off. Knightmare can also mix up wrestling holds with anybody. DDT. Driving the head of Adam Antine to the canvas. Knightmare's favouring his leg a little. Knightmare going for a nice leisurely stroll along the belly of Adam Antine. Foot scrape. Knightmare just toying with Adam Antine. Going for a blatant choke. Referee reluctant to tell Knightmare. Break it. Knightmare off the ropes. A knee drop almost to the temple of Adam Antine. This is just legalised abuse. Another crippling knee drop off of the ropes. Knightmare going for a lax cover. You have to wonder if he put more force on that cover, he could have gone for the 3, but Knightmare doesn't want to pin people, he wants to destroy people. Knightmare setting up Adam Antine, fighting out. Surprised Knightmare, surprised everyone else. Inverted atomic drop. Adam Antine manages to get the big man up into an atomic drop. Comes off the ropes. Spinning round Knightmare, stunning the big man, drop kick. Very impressive. Down goes Knightmare. Hand was just inches away from a 3. That would have been a big upset. Antine stunning Knightmare and everybody else with this offensive flurry, but this is the resiliency I was talking about earlier. And Adam Antine in control of the monster, trying to find a way of how to keep him on the map. His head's still reeling after the onslaught. Adam Antine goes for the Irish whip. Knightmare reverses into the corner with authority. Here comes Knightmare. Adam Antine saw it coming. A beautiful leverage manoeuvre, driving Knightmare's face into the middle turnbuckle. Down goes Knightmare. Adam Antine calling for the finish. Sets up Knightmare with a series of stomps. Antine's looking to the top turnbuckle. I was looking for an aerial manoeuvre to finish him off. Perhaps Antine's taking too much time here, but it looks like he's going for a moonsault. Knightmare's looking out for this. That is some very impressive hang time for Adam Antine. Quite wrong there as well. Had Antine have hit that, this match would have been over, but Knightmare was given a bit too much time to recover. Enziguri. Knightmare almost taking the head off of Adam Antine. But what an impressive moonsault.
Go on.
Knightmare pointing to the top rope. Don't tell me he's thinking about it. Knightmare just casually walking over Adam Antine. This is unfamiliar territory for Knightmare. I've seen him come off the top ropes before, but only in desperation. Knightmare, he's going for the moonsault. Adam Antine's moonsault could have won him the match, but if Knightmare had hit that, I dare say it would have killed him. Fortunately for Adam Antine, this is unfamiliar territory for Knightmare. Both men down. Referee Brandy initiating the 10 count. We could have a double knockout right here. We're up to 4. Antine's beginning to stir. No movement from Knightmare. If Antine can get to his feet, he might be able to defeat the monster with a knockout. I don't think anyone has accomplished that. Up to 7. Knightmare sits up from out of nowhere. Almost inhuman. Knightmare back to his feet. He's staggering, but boot to the midsection. Knightmare looks like he's setting up for the choke slam. Adam Antine saw it coming. He's going for the snapmare driver. Knightmare had that well scouted. Just throws Adam Antine to the canvas. Looks like Knightmare setting up. Stamp at a mud hole in the unbreakable one. Adam Antine going on the ropes. A little bit more at home. The Vader bomb. Near 350 pounds down across the chest of Adam Antine, but Knightmare choosing not to go for the cover. Drives the knee into the back, but I dare say Knightmare could have had the match won. Knightmare dragging Adam Antine to his feet, almost like a piece of meat. Adam Antine fighting back for what he's worth. Reaching down for something deep, going for the snapmare driver. Knightmare reverses into the choke slam. And we saw what the choke slam did earlier to the governor. That's as close as you can get to a 3 without it being one. Some people complaining about a slow count. Looking for referee Brandy. Knightmare isn't complaining. Knightmare just raining down a series of fists onto Adam Antine. Looks like he's got something in mind. He might finish him off with a powerbomb. Nope. He's going for another choke slam. Antine saw it coming. Goes for the snapmare driver and he hits it. That is a bad landing for anybody. Adam Antine scores the pinfall victory. Very few people have defeated Knightmare in such a fashion. There's still no movement from the monster Knightmare. Spoke too soon, but Adam Antine wins the match with the snapmare driver. I believe Knightmare has fallen victim to his one and only weakness. Perhaps Knightmare has misjudged Adam Antine. He could have won the match on several occasions, but went to the well one too many times. But you have to wonder if Knightmare and Brute Squad might repay Adam Antine for this victory. Time will tell.